Sit back and relax.
May chaos reign. War has been avoided, and the lands of Remedigan and Adishmere have a common ground now in Grand Duke of Adishmere and Prince of Remedigan's Tayson Firewell.
As I take you out of your reality.
Long live the Waffle Hut. The demons are starting to flood the lands. The ward is stretched thin, and the Guardians are only now just rebuilding. But just as the plant Salium exists, there is hope for everything to be healed.
An end to my nightmarish dream world.
2 other sovereign lands must be reached if there will be hope, though. The locked kingdom of Gratisbar is still lost to the surface world, and the round-capped rainforest still needs to be informed. Time is our enemy.
Welcome back to the Bros and Dragons podcast.
We must find a way.
We will find a way.
I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Daniel Gentry, and with me are...
Geek Girl Alyssa, and I play Mirinda Shren, aka Montera Lilnas, Cleric of the Five, and Soul Knife Rogue.
Hannah the DM, and I play Stroop Waffle, Guardian of Bengen, a druid.
Nerdworks, and I play Tayson Firewell, Reluctant Prince of 2 Nations and Omniom Sorcerer.
I'm Posh, and I play Ulgi, a Gloomstalker Ranger of the Ward.
Let us adventure on.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh.
How we doing?
Hi. We're playing around making hype trains.
Yeah, choo-choo.
Choo-choo! Choo-choo!
Another sound I have no control over. This will either be the easiest editing job or I'm going to have a manifesto on my editing page as far as like this time slot. I don't know what to do anymore. Curse you, Twitch!
Hey, can you say that again?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it is how it is.
Oh. Okay, so my next badge unlocks in a certain amount of bits. So what are we doing?
I welcome everybody else. You might not understand. Oh my god, she jumped that one up.
You are paying bits to the channel that you are currently on to get a badge from that channel.
Yes.
At a certain point, that's masturbation. I don't know what point, but somewhere.
First off, it doesn't matter. It could be right off the bat. I'm happy with that. Second off,
It's got us to a level 2 for the hype train,
choo-choo.
so...
No complaints.
She's absolutely trying to make sure that you have enough money to whatever you have to do to make sure the sound doesn't pop up when we're recording on Bros and Dragons.
No, it's okay, because the sound came up this time. No, the sound didn't come up this time, so it's fine. I don't know what switched. It's the same text. I don't know. Everything is fine.
Hi, everybody, and everybody's going to see this later. Really appreciate you guys sticking with us while we went through family issues and staff changes and crew changes, and there's so much that happened at Nerdworks Media at once. But I really appreciate you guys still being here and sticking with our story. And I just want to say, for me, it means a lot because these stories have been running around in my head for decades, and I just love telling them, and I'm really happy that we have this opportunity to do that. So thank you.
And on that note, we hope you continue your patience with us, as we will not be playing next week, the week after that, the week after that, the week after that. Then we're going to come back for a week, and we're going to do something other than this game, and then sometime in mid-March, like 2023, we'll be able to do episode 11 of this game.
Right.
Listen, Doc, I'm doing the under-promise, over-deliver thing.
Look, don't...
People are going to come back in March and be like, "Wait, you said."
It's all right.
Don't
They
jinx us.
can check out the podcast if that's the case. Booyah!
There you go.
Got it covered.
Booyah kasha.
Booyah kasha.
Booyakasha!
Speaking of magic words, Doc, do the thing.
I did the thing.
Yeah.
Who am I going to pick on? I can't pick on Lissa, so that really needs down to 2. Hold on, let me get a die for this one.
Yes, I was dealing with family, so...
Tayson,
Yeah.
as Tayson's just taking a nap in his new bed, time pauses, and he says...
Nothing, because you just said that I'm taking a nap in my bed. So Tayson remains peacefully asleep.
Do it. I did it last week.
I'm sorry that I'm trying to keep the narrative going. Me. Anyway. So came back home. Thought it was gonna be bad. Turns out it wasn't too bad. Lots of... Stroop's family is pretty strong. That was good. They were helping defend the castle. Which, not good, because, you know, needs to be defended, but good, because did a good job. Talked with the queen, mom queen mom. I don't know how to figure that out yet. But told her about the getting married thing. That's pretty good. Kind of kept up to date on everything as far as I can tell. And I know that we're going to have dinner tonight, which is pretty good. But it's just nice to be relaxing for a second. This is good. This is good. Won't be good for long, but for now, let us venture on.
So, Lissa, what you missed, the most important part of the trip that you missed last time that Mirinda would know, is when you guys were getting low enough coming into dock, the Bremedigan Castle was under siege of demons. And you saw one figure, Stroop's dad, walk out, and like all the light around him just disappeared, and he commanded the demons to go away, and they did.
Stroop's dad is a badass.
Yeah, one thing to correct, the actual most important thing that you missed from last week is that the pirate bed is done, and it is set up in my room, so we have our cool commissioned pirate bed.
Yes. We have our group cuddle puddle bed, if we so desire.
Cuddle ship.
So as we're adventuring on from last time, we left off with it being about time. You were all invited to come to the Stroop's place for dinner. After a lot of research and a nap and whatever mysterious thing Mirinda went off to do, which we're not going to discuss, just leave it in the field. I love it in black. You all head over to Stroop's. They told you it was not a black tie affair. Normal dinner.
I show up wearing a blue tie.
Mirinda is in a... She has changed into just a comfy, white, like, peasant top dress kind of thing.
I'm still in scale now.
It's newer, so yeah, it smells better than everything else you got.
Uh-huh.
And you guys like meet up on the road to the Stroop domicile, the Waffle domicile, I should say, not Stroop.
The Waffle Home. It's not the Waffle Hut, it's the Waffle Home.
Did you all need to talk about anything?
Not that I recall. Not that we weren't going to discuss over dinner, possibly.
Not even the pirate bed?
No. She'll discover that when she discovers it.
Okay. Moving through the streets, like I said, when you came in, it seems like things have got back together, more defenses. You asked questions about like what was going on, and the queen told you that I'm not sure if it was the queen or Mama Waffle, but one of them told you that a bunch of clerics prayed over the wall, and so it pretty much makes them the demons have to come to the gate, and they've got a good defense there. But you do end up at Stroop's home, or excuse me, the Waffle home, because Stroop hasn't seen this one yet.
Go up, knock on the door a couple of times.
You see the tiniest little mote of fire just come out from underneath and then back in, and then the door opens up, and you see Chip, who looks a lot taller, even though it's been only just a few months. He's wearing leather armor, and it has the dragon symbol of Bremedigan on it. And he says, "Oh, yeah, come on in. Mom and Dad said you were coming."
Did you get
I kind of just gets this like really proud smile. It like doesn't say anything.
Did you get like conscripted, or like did you get a job? Like you're branded now, and you're not branded with like your brand, and normally you're very big about like the marketing and such.
Look at it more of an executive thought. I'm recession proof.
Yeah.
I joined the guard here for finances while the Waffle Hut shut down.
So. Okay, so you found a okay, got it. Okay, well, keep on your grind and whatnot.
Exactly. See, you're learning. I knew you would. Come on in. And he ushers you in, closes the door. It's a very humble domicile. There is like a table where people have like hung jackets, and there's some coats there, and they invite you into the living room where, of course, Mama Waffle is there, and she brings out tea. And oh, hi dearies, welcome. Here's some tea. I'm still working on dinner. Take me a little bit, but we'll get that going. Make yourselves at home. I can't wait to hear all about this trip. And yes, please. And as she leaves, Papa Waffle comes in and sits down and says, "Yes, and I believe there were questions I didn't want to talk about outside." So he looks over and just, "Chip, Barry, could you give us a moment?" And they both nod their head and scuffle off.
Okay, you did that clear the room thing, so now I don't want to. Can you just tell us instead of me like having to pick the guess the right question thing? Because like you know what you don't want to say in front of other people. I don't.
I'll answer the questions you have.
Okay.
When you're happy with the answers, then I don't have to give anymore.
Hey, what was that?
That was me answering your question.
No, before.
Oh yeah. Many years ago, I was a paladin. And I served faithfully. Long story short, I met Vegan. I fell in love. And I left my order for her, marking me as an oathbreaker.
Okay. So?
I was a paladin of Gomo. And so still residing within me is some of the powers of the god of death.
Okay. Huh. Were you... So what was your oath to where you broke it?
Chastity.
That checks out. There's kids and stuff.
I mean, like, I why chastity?
Stay faithful to the cause. I was a guardian of a sacred place I'm not allowed to talk about.
I feel like chastity is appropriate for a god of death, considering that creates life. It's very opposite.
I think it was more for my specific duty.
Okay, now I got it. You can't. Okay, which
You're already a.
What was your specific duty?
You're already an oathbreaker at this point. Like, it's not like you couldn't tell us, and it's not like we're not already dealing with demons and everything. Like, we're very much caught up in this whole destiny thing.
And you're doing well with it. I protected the sacred grounds of Gomo's temple.
The Shrine of Darkness.
The Shrine of Darkness.
Guarded it from what?
Everybody.
Like, what could somebody do if they got there?
I mean, good question. I have no idea. I didn't need that information to do my job.
Sure. It just like sometimes like land is just land, you know? So is this like, was this land, or was there something specifically to protect? Or were you just protecting it because it this land has this person's name on it and I respect this person, so I will protect their land. And if that's the case, that's like okay. But, you know, just seem, yeah.
There's nothing that I can tell you that can help you with your particular problem that you're dealing with.
Mm.
It's important enough in a lot of the... There's been a lot of traffic around there, according to my sources.
It makes sense. Como is the god of death. Demons and devils respect him.
Yeah. And no one's... From what I've read, people go in, they never come out. Which is weird that there's a lot of traffic there.
Well, they used to go in and not come out. I don't know if anybody's there gardening it. In fact, the last I heard, I was the last of the faithful. Everybody's gone to this Shrine of the Five. No offense, dearie, as he looks over at you, Miranda.
None taken. Like, I'm a cleric of Zolrin, so even though I work at the temple on a regular basis, he's not my primary. My primary duty is not one of the five either.
Miranda is an oath never did it. You're just a breaker.
No, it's not that. It's the religions haven't always been together. The worships have not. The temples used to be separate, and there are still a few.
Okay. Do you know where any of the other ones are?
I know where the Shrine of Darkness is.
So no. Okay. It's
There's
okay.
also a Star Temple of Akina. That one came up in my readings too, was somehow relevant.
It would make sense. I mean, Haveroth, but everybody knows of that weird temple that the elves do on this side of the mountains.
Kinda wanna find out if Deimos has a temple, and where it would be, in case that's where he shows up. But also, like, you know, maybe not. I don't know.
I doubt Deimos is going to show up at a temple of Gomo.
No, of Deimos.
That one I can't help you with either. A lot of, at least my research, a lot of what Deimos used to be is wiped out, even of history books.
Mm-hmm. Makes it kind of hard.
We've
to
definitely
track,
figured that
yeah.
one out already.
Yeah. Pieces, bits and pieces. But wiped out, not. Huh.
It could be forgotten. I'm just saying
Sure.
It's not there. You can look up any one of the other 5 of the 6 and read their stories. You could even find out about their temples and books, but not Deimos.
Okay.
Well, he was exiled, so I'm not surprised by that.
Usually, though, if somebody does something to, like, get them kicked out, you still write about them. Like, it's I'll make an example out of them. It's not
Depends on the situation, takes on.
I guess.
Like, this was an extreme situation.
Well, fair.
Like, it's one thing if you're punishing a mortal, it's another if you're punishing a god.
Well, from what I understand, Deimos has never been punished by the gods. He wasn't exiled out from his brothers and sisters. It was Avagard who exiled him into the Astral Sea.
Yes, but it's still a punishment. Just because it wasn't his siblings that did it doesn't mean he wasn't still. Plus, all the history books are written by mortals anyway, so.
I'm just throwing it in there. I mean, he wasn't exiled from the gods, so.
Well, I'm well aware of that. His chair's still at their table.
Okay.
And I'm realizing he probably doesn't know that Miranda has been in a...
He does that very kind, like, giving you approval on what you're saying, but he doesn't speak.
Okay. So, you served as a paladin, stopped doing that, got a much better gig. Gomo seems like legit and all, but, I'm biased. Good job. Okay. I'm glad the skills are still sharp. How often have you needed to intercede here?
That was the first time.
Okay.
And that took a lot out of me.
Okay. Well, hopefully you don't have to do it again. But I appreciate you looking after everybody.
And then you hear a voice say, "Looking after everybody doing what?" As Mama Waffle comes back in with like a tray of like little meats and cheeses and crackers and puts them down. She yells, "Boys, come on, we have guests."
Looking after all of the, people, making sure they're fed, they're happy.
Yes, going out to the wall and playing soldier again, which he promised he wouldn't do, as she looks at him and scolds him.
I mean...
Look, there are extenuating circumstances to him doing such, so... I would forgive him personally.
I mean, you can, sure. But if he loses too much of that divine energy and passes away, I'm the one left with raising two young boys.
Right.
Is that how that works with Gomo's energy?
And she just turns and taps him on the shoulder and says, "That's why we talked about this." He just smiles. "I know, darling, but if people need me." And she kisses him on the cheek and just says, "You're a fool." So, what your adventures? What happened? You guys left. You told me Stroop's off on some grand learning experience. That's exciting.
Let's see. What's happened since the last time we were here? Okay. So we went to the Round Cap Rainforest the first time. That was, well, no, we went to the Dark Forest the first time. That was shitty. That's not what we did. This time, we went and we found Gradspar. That was pretty cool. Talk with the dwarfs. That wasn't so cool, but here we are.
You did fine.
Well, fine, yeah, but wasn't a pleasant experience.
We're much like that.
What was your expectation? Did you think it was going to be pleasant?
I mean, it's a lot like going to see a doctor if you're sick. I'm not planning on going to the doctor and then feeling better that I went to the doctor. Sometimes maybe I feel better that I did. But I thought it was going to be bad, and then it was kind of bad. So, we all came out. That was neat.
It was as expected, maybe a little better.
Yeah, about. Yeah, I think the real issue is that my expectations just weren't. I don't know what to expect. We're kind of going to places and telling them, "Hey, the end of the world is coming probably soon, maybe-ish." So I'm not expecting a whole lot of positive feedback for the most part. And I, did that. Then went to Round Cap Rainforest, went to Shaitoa, spoke with the druids and all the people living there. Kind of made them angry, and that one, yep, that was legit. And then, well, they kind of had a meeting with your kiddo, and well, I think they're doing the like guardian thing. So yeah.
Well, y'all don't seem too worse for wear. Oh, and is there anything else?
Got engaged. That's a thing.
And then Stroop's mom just smiles and says, I heard a rumor. I just wanted to make sure it was true.
Right.
And something about dating a bad boy? And she points at Miranda.
Sorry, I had to mute myself because Esri just decided to get right under the desk and meow at me. Yes, he's a devil. So I guess, yeah, that is the definition of a bad boy.
Oh, they were literal. They just said you were dating a devil. Very roguish
yes,
devil.
no, he's literally a devil, not a bad boy.
Are you sure that second part's still not true?
I mean,
they're more just it's an additional adjective, not so much synonyms kind of thing.
Yeah, like devils go. He's actually a good person, so.
No and or, just and.
It sounds like an adventure. In my youth, I had many, so good for you.
Did we know that?
At this point, Miranda has turned like beet red.
Did you know what?
That Mama Waffle did a lot of adventuring as a kid? Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, so, you too?
Me too, what?
I did many as a kid.
Oh, yeah. I at one point didn't want anything to do with and I think I said exactly stupid Waffle Hut thing that my parents did, but I came around. Flavor runs in the family.
Okay. Have you ever talked to Stroop about that?
No.
Okay. Man, okay.
Why would I influence my daughter on things that I've done? She needs to live her own life. So did Chip and Barry.
Less influencing and more like, oh my gosh, you're having this, I guess, existential crisis of all these things that are being thrust upon you that you kind of want to pursue, but they're conflicting, and you feel like one of them is something you're supposed to do and the other one is the thing you want to do, and then embracing, what makes you truly you and feeling conflicted about that. Yeah,
life.
Yeah.
She'll make it through.
Yeah, I know. Just, okay.
Well,
fair enough.
I 100% will support her in anything that she wants to do, but I'm not going to influence that.
I get that. Okay. That seems fair. Hey, so when you were in the position where, you were doing things and chasing things down and you didn't know where you needed to go next, what did you do?
Ate and drank and made friends.
Okay. I think we need to do that then.
Have you not eaten? Good thing we're doing this dinner then.
Well, that specifically did not eat because of the dinner. That I felt that would have been rude.
Okay.
You guys haven't been eating?
I mean, like today.
I snacked on the way here.
Oh, fair enough.
I didn't eat beforehand, but I have been eating.
Like, I've had food before. Yes, this is not the first time. That's not... Okay, anyway. Whatever.
Well, let's go eat now. We have enough, and the boys take off running. Papa Stroop stands up and just picks his wife up and spins her and then starts walking and then like stops at the door and invites you into the kitchen. And the kitchen has a very long table, more than should be in this house for 4 people. It's got place settings all over. You can come in and sit down. Mama Stroop goes to the kitchen and starts pulling things out. Places broth in front of Tayson, places waffles with different berries in front of Mirinda, places a big chop of meat in front of Posh, starts giving everybody a little bit of food and then grabs hers and sits down, and it's a bowl of soup for herself. She says, well, now you'll eat, so we'll be good. Go, go, go.
Okay. Yeah. Start slurping broth.
Mirinda has already started cutting into the pancakes and has a piece in her mouth as she says, time to eat. She's like,
You guys are using cutlery. I've just picked up by the bone. I've lain right back in the chair.
And it tastes exactly like you remember from the Waffle Hut.
Nice.
So, it's Barry that's just like, well, so, Tayson, have you decided, like, what country you're supposed to live in? Like, I've heard rumors that you're, like, engaged in Adashmira, that you were
My
proposed
guy, I
to,
don't know.
and-
That I literally have tried to tell everybody to stop, like, presuming that I should just do the thing, because anytime I do the thing, I have to ask myself 3 different stages of, but what about that? And so no, I don't. I've thought about it a whole lot. I haven't gotten any answers. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, when I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do. I know the who. That's it. That's what I got. And I only recently confirmed that was okay.
There's rumors about how you're going to marry an elf girl and reign over Adashmira, and that
Gross.
the round-capped rainforest has deemed you worthy of the forest. There's lots of, like, very...
I don't think so, but that's okay.
Tayson the Conqueror stories going around the kingdom right now.
Because of all of the lands that I have acquired and brought unto the fold. I'm looking, I see no lands in the folds. No, I don't know. I thought, did we invite the queen here for dinner? Or was that wishful thinking on my part? Probably that. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty chill to just kind of like stay here for a couple of days until there's a reason to not stay here imminently, not foreshadowy. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Ask me where I'll be in a few months. I don't know. Probably dead. I'm just doing the math. But like, if I'm not,
are you gonna go down like a true soldier? And he like makes a stabby sword motion in front of him at the dinner table.
I mean, I'd like to, but at the same time, we've fought like actual demonic entities, and I have been hard pressed. I got bit by a dog earlier on the way to the forest, and like that almost took me out by itself. So I don't presume to be. I don't presume to be able to choose how I go down at this point. So I'm just gonna try and make the most of the until, if that makes sense.
Oh, it's cool. It's epic. It's a good story. Now there's love involved. That's what all stories need, is love. And at this point, Papa Street puts a hand on his shoulder. It's like, you probably need to stop reading those kind of stories, right, man?
I mean, or more of them. Like, this is... I'm not gonna... Other than getting engaged, like, this is the most positive conversation I've had, and I even feel myself being kind of a downer, so This is a good vibe. This is more of this is good. Whew. Can I borrow some of those books?
Oh yeah, I'll give you a couple of them.
Okay.
Some of them are romance novels. I found them in somebody's room before she went on adventures, and that's when Mama Stroop's like, "Stop it."
Got it. Okay. Yeah, if I could borrow some of those. And I'll tell you what, I don't like have a whole lot of books, but there's like a library at the castle that you can just like take stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how libraries work.
Well, you get one book and then you have to bring it back to get another one. I've been there a whole bunch of times.
Okay, great.
Dad's making me study different gods, and apparently I'm showing promise, so I guess I have to pick one soon.
I mean, why?
You don't have to pick one.
No, we don't. No, don't say that. The parents are right there. Don't undermine the parents in front of the kid.
The kid, they just said that they did not want to influence Stroop. So, I'm just saying that the kid can choose his own path.
Papa Stroop holds up his hand and says, "I'm not doing anything. He is finding his own route. He has heard of the Paladin's life. And he has a calling. But like I told him, the way the O's work is he has to choose the path first."
Okay.
And whatever it is, I will support him. And he ruffles his head.
Leaning
Just
any
a
particular
reminder.
way?
Not all paladins have to have a god. What matters is your oath.
In this world, they do.
Fair enough.
If you're playing D&D 5e, no, they don't. And Bengen, that's actually how it works. It's the connection to the world and everything.
Look.
This is a world
Miranda
that started
is
before
from-
5e. It all good.
Yeah.
Miranda is from Eberron.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Eberron paladins are different.
Well, if somebody hears this later, I just want to be clear. You're not wrong in 5e. It just doesn't work here in Bengen.
That's all right. 41-25 to 42-13. No one's going to hear it at all. No problem.
You guys go on. Do you have anything else
Nope.
for this? Good. Yeah. Great night, great conversation. It just turns to other things. And of course, questions about what do you plan on the wedding?
No.
When is it?
Soon.
Are you gonna go off and elope with somebody, or are you gonna be a big to-do here in the castle?
Not my call.
I feel like it's 50% your call.
No, not even that. Like I was kind of on the, hey, can we elope? And she was like, sure, if that's what we need to do. And then I told the queen, and the queen was like, oh, we're going to have a big old wedding because we have to. And then I was like, for why? And she said, because celebration would be good at this point. And I said, oh, okay. So like probably here.
Oh, Mama Waffle just says, Terry, listen, and I appreciate what I understand from you being a sacrifice. But this is a day between you and Ava, correct? That's her name?
Mm-hmm.
It's what you two want.
Shit,
Now,
I
if you
probably
want
should
to
have brought her here.
sacrifice that, if you two want to sacrifice that peaceful elope, or not even elope, but just taking a few people to a simple shrine, and you want to do it for the kingdom, that is very admirable.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your day.
Mm. Okay. Okay. I'll keep it in mind. I'll try to keep it in mind.
Good. Don't let anybody pressure you.
Oh man. That is a statement with a bunch of responses that nope. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we're just gonna go with that.
Dinner goes on. You guys leave. And where does everybody go? You've heard about the pirate bed.
You do know about the pirate bed.
Miranda.
Marin is going to go to the castle and check out the pirate bed.
I'm going to an inn.
You see Poe start breaking off. It's night, and he's walking
That's
a different
Algae.
direction. Or Algae, sorry, you're right.
Algae, you know you're welcome to join us.
I know. I keep walking away.
Also, not like us. We're you. You're gonna captain the bed yourself tonight, or go find somebody. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go take care of a couple of things. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Leave a black tie on the door or something if I need to. Whatever. I'm gonna go.
I can do that, Tayson.
Algae's heading towards an inn. Do you want, like, there's very high-end inns, and there's very, like, which you would absolutely feel comfortable with from your job description, going to a little seedier part of town, but cheaper?
I think I'm going to a cheaper part of town. One of them where my influence will get me in just a room for the night for nothing.
Okay. Miranda's heading back to Tayson's room, right? Okay. And Tayson's not heading back to Tayson's room, correct? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. So Miranda, you get to the room and you open it up, and man, this architect did a job. It looks like a pirate ship crashed through the wall. It has planks, and it even has a Jolly Roger at the top where Stroop's little hammock bed in the crow's nest was supposed to be in the original design of this. From the angle of the door, it looks like a ship, but if you get up to it and you look around, you can see, like, underneath is like sets of dressers. There are drawers. It has its compatibility. The upper deck is just one big bed that's crashed through the wall area. It has the mast that goes up the side and ropes that you can climb up. And there actually is a second bed that looks like a folded up, from the side, it just looks like a folded up sail. But when you get up there, it's a flat bed that's suspended underneath as a second area of it.
Miranda is going to just pull out the sending stone for a addendum and go, I miss you. And sit down on the bed.
And you wait. And you wait some more. And there doesn't seem to be a response.
She just lays down after doing some of her Tai Chi.
Algae, you head off. You go to the seedy part of town, one that you've made contacts with. As soon as you walk in, there's no questions. They slip you a key. There's no talking. It's very loud, and there's things going on. There's a fight in the corner, somebody accused of cheating in cards. It is downright a rugged place, and there is a lot of backwater deals to be made here. None of them that concern the ward. And the ward knows they come here. It's set up. You get a room. It's not the best. It's got a bed. Usually it doesn't have any bugs in it. And it's a place to sleep for the night. Did you want to have any drinks before you go to bed?
I think I'll make myself cozy at the bar for a little bit, but I want to make note that I set, just because of how seedy the place is, I do set alarm at the door.
Yeah.
Before I do make stop for the night.
But before you go upstairs, you sit down at the bar. The whole bar, it's still loud. Lots of stuff are going on. But after a few times, it seems like the mass of people that are here throw about 50 copper near you on the table, which is tradition for these people that believe the ward protects them more than they protect the hoity-toity people that they perceive. So they actually make sure that when a ward is there, that the tradition is everybody just puts 1 copper down for you. So you have approximately 5 silver worth of copper sitting in front of you.
Nice. In which case, I'm very steadily drinking what I've been given.
After you drink, you'll go upstairs, set alarm, go to bed. Tayson, where are you going?
I'm gonna go check on Ava, if I can.
Mm-hmm. You find out through talking that Ava has a room, but she was checking on her people, just making sure. Apparently she was handing over things to Dench earlier. You go to where she was, they tell you that she went back to her room. It takes you on like a wild goose chase around the castle, but as soon as you find out where it is, you go to the castle. And it's a guest room on the other end of the wing. It's still close to your room, but it's not like a walk and knock on the door, like next door kind of thing. It's down a little bit further, but you get there. You're standing in front of the door.
Knock, 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 knock.
Yep, and you hear her voice just say, "Come in."
I do. Hey.
And she turns around, and you see her regular armor, the plate armor in the corner, and she's got regular leather armor on. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "Oh, I'm glad you're here. I thought you had like a bunch of things to do."
I kind of thought I did. And it seems like things were either handled or there's nothing to handle, so there's nothing to do. Like, I thought we were gonna have... Miranda had some weird person that she, like, was gonna give a knife to and was gonna do stuff with the castle and, like, the rocks of the castle and stuff. But that's not my thing, and I don't know where they are. And then I was gonna talk to people about, like, hey, what's going on with, like, you know, defenses and what's the new intel and stuff and where do we need to go, and things are pretty chill on that, at least right now. So I think we're just here until we decide not to be here or until something decides that we should be somewhere else. So, hey.
Well, we have the night to ourselves then?
Yeah.
Or did you have something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, both. Probably. I mean, definitely the second part and then hopefully the first part. How do you want to get married? Because, like, it's been recommended big celebration because yay, happy people thing. But the last time that there was, like, a big happy... Well, not happy, but there was like a big people gathering thing at the castle. It was because Martin died. And that was a lot of people staring at me and interacting with me. And I wasn't even like part of the main, like it wasn't about me. And now this one would be like, it would be about us, but I'm part of the us. Like I'm the me and the us. And the idea of that amount of people staring at me kind of made me a little uncomfortable.
What do you want, Tayson? I grew up in my family, so big weddings wouldn't be a big deal, but
I kind of want to just be married before we have to do the whole get married thing, because that would make it a little bit less, you know.
Okay.
So that, but that, you know, but again, I'm only the me and the us, and you're the you and the us. So I want to make sure that us, are both happy with us.
She takes both your hands. She says, "We can go to Diaspora and have a very simple wedding.
Mm-hmm. That's not close.
We can stay here." Well, I talked to a few people, and it's not a big deal. I actually, I went to the ship, and lack of better words, it's not that we have the circle at hand, but for some odd reason, Gelgan memorized the transportation circle.
Okay.
Back to Eldorath.
Right.
And he could help us.
Sure. Who would be there?
Well, my great aunt and uncle, the king and queen.
Okay.
Hopefully my grandmother, but she might be busy. She is the admiral of the entire fleet.
Get that.
But more importantly, any Dawn Warrior can marry us.
Oh. Hey, can we that then? Can we that? But like, hey, shh, don't tell anybody, and then the three of us know, and then we can do like the big ceremonies and like pretend that it's the first time, so it's a big deal for everybody else, but it won't be as big a deal for us because it's already happened, and then it's okay.
Yes,
but
with one caveat.
Yeah,
there's not a but. One caveat.
Okay. Yes, and got it.
I don't want to start off our marriage by lying to your mother.
Oh no, that's very much the point. The whole reason I didn't want to go to Diaspora is I would have to convince Queen Mom that she would have to go with us while she's very busy running things here. And but if we went, then I would have felt really bad that if she couldn't go, then we went and she couldn't go, but your family could go. Or your family that wasn't, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do like a thing where some of the family that wanted to go could go and some of the family that didn't.
I don't know where my moms are.
Sure.
But I'm sure they would just be happy for us.
Okay.
And since I hold no other titles but Dawn Warrior, I'm not the one with any link anywhere.
Right.
However, if we pass it by your mom, I have a feeling that she's very accepting, will not have an issue with the plan.
Okay.
And you get to have the best of both worlds.
So, do you want to find your favoritist Dawn Warrior that also can keep a secret while I go talk to Mom Queen, or do you want to come talk to Mom Queen with me?
Well, I do not mind going to talk to your mom.
Okay, let's do that.
And of course, my great aunt is still awakened.
Sure. So,
I mean, she's a queen. I hope that doesn't bother you.
It can't bother me if this doesn't, if my baggage doesn't bother you. I can't talk to you about your baggage because it's like the same baggage, or you've been holding on to the luggage a lot longer. So how can I ask you to put it down? Like, it doesn't matter.
I know Miranda offered to do the ceremony. We don't even have to leave if we want to go talk to her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so Augie did too. Part of my thing.
Wait, he wasn't kidding?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think he jokes often, but he does with like the same tone, so it doesn't register very well. With me, I'm there, but I'm not,
But I don't get the priestly feel from him. You know what I mean?
You get the priestly feel from Miranda?
Well, no, I don't have to get the feel from Miranda. Like, she talks to the gods.
Yeah, but like, so does the weird guy who doesn't wear any clothes except for the barrel. Like,
well, yes, but she.
But like, actually, yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Talks to the gods, and like, I feel like if she's like, "Hey, you're married," like the gods are like, "Cool, we've talked to you before."
Well, can't we just do it then? Like, I don't even. Hey, we're married. Did it work? I don't think it worked.
I mean, it's a good question. When did these ceremonies come about? When wasn't it just commitment to two people, right?
Yeah. Do we have to file like some kind of papers for like different tax status or something? Oh my gosh, do I gotta get like a fantasy passport to? I don't know how this works anymore.
No, we'll go. What's a passport?
It's like a teleport, but they say, yeah, you can go ahead.
I guarantee you on the other end, as soon as they see me, there will be no problems.
Okay. Okay. Let's go talk to Queen Mom then. Yeah. Let's go do that. I'm sure she's not busy. She is just trying to prepare for a war with all of demonkind, led by literal banished God. No, banished? No. Sealed away. Sealed away God that is like making their way back. Okay, yeah. Let's go.
You two leave. You do find her, but she's like in an area of the castle on the other end. There's like, you know how you have your you guys are missing out if you're listening to the podcast and not reading the chat. All right. So sorry. You go to the other side and there is a courtyard there, and you hear like what sounds like practicing. You and Ava come around the corner, and what you see is a showing pregnancy, as you call her, mom queen, with a rapier in one hand, a dagger reversed held in the other hand, and Rendith is walking her through things while 3 people are trying to get at her. Holding her own very easily, deflecting blows, and then she comes across the back of one guy, and he walks his way out and holds his sword upside down, showing that he is out, leaving the other 2, but she easily makes it through the other 2 people, as Rendith is like, if that was anybody but the guards, they would have taken you down. And you see her breathing heavy, and she's like, Rendith, Jesus, I fight at the capacity of those that come against me. I can't over-exaggerate my moves just because these 3 are trying to attack me. And Rendith just stops. And he's looking at the queen. You're coming from behind, and he says, well, I think your son's here to talk to you. And he turns around to look your way.
Where are you in this scenario where she's being attacked by a bunch of people?
Obviously dead again.
Well, knock it off.
It happens.
It didn't take the first time. Quit it.
It didn't take the second or third either.
Okay, then quit. It's fine. Just stay alive. It's a hassle.
I'm here. I'm staying alive.
Okay, good. Good to see you.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, as he walks over to like dust off his hands and another thing, and the queen walks up and just says, yes, is there something I can do for you tonight?
You know, I genuinely like that guy. I feel like, okay. Hey, I think we're gonna go get married. Where are we going, Ava?
And she just says, well, we could go to Diaspora, we could talk to Mirinda. Yeah. And the queen just says, wait. We're going to get married.
Yeah. We still do like the big yay celebration thing. If it makes everybody happy. But I'd rather, not do the big woo, everybody staring thing like first. If we could do that like after, I'd be cool with that. There's been a lot of me going to places and having a lot of people stare at me. So if there's one that I can kind of control, that would feel pretty good.
So your plan is to go get married and then come back for a celebration?
Yeah. And like if we have to do like a ceremony, that's okay. Just, we don't need to do as much paperwork or whatever for it because it's already done. That makes sense. But I didn't want to do that without talking to you and like inviting you and also, etc.
Etc.
Yeah, I'm kind of in over my head. That's kind of why I want to do it this way, to be honest with you.
Well, she says that she goes and places the rapier in one, places the dagger in another sheath around her. And she walks over, just takes a drink out of a thing, turns around and says, Midsummer's a month and a half away.
Okay.
Why don't you two go away for a month and a half? Come back here, we'll do the celebration then.
Is that okay? Like, gone for a month and a half? Like, I've been kind of rushing to get back here every time, because it's, what now is happening?
You were gone for about a month and a half.
Yeah, but I was doing a whole bunch of stuff.
But nothing bad happened during that time.
I literally came back and Papa Waffle was like telling a bunch of demons to sit.
Yeah, I gotta find out about that.
Yeah, don't find out. Did personal stuff. Mama Waffle angry. We're very grumpy about it. I can. You can ask if you want to. I could also tell you because they were willing to tell me, but I would also say that it's like it's kind of like personal, you know. But it seems okay. So if you go to sate your curiosity, not because it requires investigation. If that makes sense.
So what I'm hearing is you heard and you're okay with whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Don't rely on him to be available for the upcoming fight. That's all.
Well, I was more concerned.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
On the ability to just tell demons to go away.
Yeah, no, it seems okay.
Okay, I believe you.
Well, I mean, think about it. If they were really bad, I mean, they could have poisoned everybody so many times by now.
Well, then the Waffle Hut would have lost a ton of business.
Yeah, but like that's the point. They got to keep everybody alive, and I haven't seen demons go eat at the Waffle Hut, so I think they're still on our side no matter what.
Okay. Again, I 100% believe you.
Cool. Hey, while we're gone, if you could try and send somebody or find out where, like, Deimos' shrine thing is. You know how, like, gods, like, okay, so they're the gods, and they all have, like, these shrines that are, like, specifically devoted towards them. If you could tell me if you could find out where the Deimos one is. I don't know if we need to go there or not, but knowing where it was would be kind of cool.
Well, the Shrine of Darkness, I know where it is. Why do you want to go there?
I don't want to go. We're doing a whole lot of preparation and informing everybody about Deimos' return, and I also am not fully aware of where he's going to return to, where they're going to return to. I don't know where Deimos is going to come to, start the whole stuff.
Well, I'm sure whatever is happening is nothing to really worry about.
Okay. Fair enough.
At the Shrine of Darkness, anyways.
Oh,
I doubt
got it.
he'll return there.
Okay. Well, good. Great. Cross that off my list. Okay. Well, do you wanna come to Diaspora for a bit, or are you busy?
Well, what's the plan? Are you just gonna like jump in and like grab the first person and say marry us?
No. I was.
Could you give me a couple of days, like say a week?
Is that how long you need?
I'll take whatever time I can get.
How long do you need?
Your day. What are you willing to give me? I would take all the time in the world if I was given to me. There's a lot to do.
I don't know how much time is left in the world, so like I don't know if I can do that. Ava, how much time do we need?
Well, we could just grab the first cleric if that's what you wanted.
I don't know.
And again, like we discussed, we could do it here. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, cleric Shrin, literally in the name. And then, like you said, algae could do it. Still not sure about that one.
Yeah. Okay. I got an idea. How about we go to Diaspora? Because you mentioned it more than once, and I feel like you're making a lot of compromises for me in this. So I want to do that. I want to go there. How about, you know how there's like wedding parties and stuff like that, and like, oh, invite these people. Well, we're kind of in like a tight frame here, potentially, and we're gonna do the big ceremony after in a month and a half. So how about we just like, okay, immediate. So like, Queen Mom, hi. However long you need, so you can come, and then whoever you need to bring from here, Ava, and then we'll go there and we'll bring Miranda and we'll bring Augie and we'll bring a Dawn Warrior, and all three of them can take turns doing the ceremony part, so no one's left out. I don't want to leave anybody out. They offered. I feel uncomfortable if I picked one.
Okay. Let's go to Diaspora.
Yep.
The only problem I have is I don't know the symbols to get back. And you hear a voice from behind you, a female, that says, "Well, I do." And you turn around and the Raven Sith is standing there, and she says, "Well, Diaspora is as good a place to look for Avantgarde as any."
Oh, hey, this is good. I was gonna go say let's go steal that paper from Rendith, but this is more convenient and one awkward conversation less, actually.
Perfect.
Cool.
When are you leaving?
How long you been snooping? Just to check.
Snooping?
Well, I mean, how long you been here and aware of the conversation? I didn't know you were here. So I'm actually being extremely presumptuous by saying snooping, but it was quite alarming.
I just walked up.
Okay.
And wizards don't snoop.
Okay. It's just, we were literally talking about how we want to do it this way, so it's like a secret and stuff, and then you were here. So it was very inconvenient timing for me, but that's okay. That's not your fault.
Well, you do understand how much of the world is combined, joined. Yes, no?
I don't understand what you're saying, but that's okay. A week. Leave in a week.
Leave in a week.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll meet you at the front of the castle in a week.
Pirate ship. My room in a week.
Your room in a week.
Yes, all of us.
Okay. Here.
Yes.
Not in Hardell. Okay.
Correct. Here. Pirate ship bed. You know it when you see it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Great. A week. It's planned. It's set. I'm gonna go. Ava, I don't know if you have a way of contacting people back at Diaspora, but let them know.
Figure just show up and say hi.
Okay.
We work.
That's fine.
Are we doing it here or are we coming back in a week? Like, what's the plan?
We're okay. So in a week, so Queen Mom gets time to plan and sort it out. In a week, we're gonna go to Diaspora. We're gonna get married there. We're gonna probably come back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. I just wanted to know.
Yep. Do you have any addendums or changes or requests or anything with the plan?
Nope. It's a good plan.
Okay.
We made the plan. We'll execute the plan.
Throw away the plan.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, worst case scenario, if Deimos pops up before a week passes, if you want to like just find the nearest Dawn Warrior, Miranda, or Augie, we can do that and get married immediately. But like, you know, at this point I think we can wait a couple of days. A few days.
Well, you have a plan, so, and look at you getting
we have
ahead
a
of the
plan.
plan.
We have a plan. I have a backup plan. Backup plan is, oh no, the world's ending. Let's get married.
Yeah, you turn about the backup plan and you look and the Sith Raven is gone.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, I guess knowing the backup plan doesn't really matter. So, that's okay. Also,
Well,
it is no wonder there are so many people at weddings. Like, we were just talking about it, and there's another person that's going to be in attendance that I wasn't planning on.
the
And this is,
queen
like,
says,
the small thing.
I wouldn't count her being in the attendance. I would count on her just being there when you come back.
Right. You know, trip kind of thing.
They are interesting.
They're pleasant, at the very least.
Abigard and Raven?
Well, half of them.
Okay, well, good point.
Yeah. Okay. I am satisfied.
Good. I need to get back to work. Rendith
Yep.
isn't letting up on me, so.
Are you good?
Good. How?
Like, overall, like, 1 to 10, how you doing so far?
I emotionally 10.
Nice.
Physically, I feel like I'm just a little out of fighting shape,
Uh-huh.
and so Rendith is helping me.
Okay. Fair enough. How far along are you?
I don't remember. A few months?
Okay. Like 2 months away? Like 3 months? Like how
no,
long?
there's more than that. It's a 9-month process.
Yeah, no, I got
10
sure.
if you listen to the doctors.
Sure. Okay, I just want to make sure. Cool. Well, don't work too hard. That's why you have a kingdom and stuff. You protect it,
Okay.
they protect you. I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Here's
I'll
where-
see you in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, I just planned a wedding. I'm very tired.
Yes, you planned an entire wedding.
Yeah, prove me wrong. And Tayson starts walking back to his room
Okay.
to see if there's a tie on the door or not.
Ava, hold your hand all the way back to your room. There is not a tie on the door, but we're going to take a break.
Hey, everybody. Take care of yourself. You go check on your pirate ship bed and see if there's a tie on it or not. And if there is, like, you probably need to ask some questions. Like, are you where you should be? Anyway, get some water, use the bathroom, get some food. We'll be back in a bit. Where's my burp? I can't find it, so we're gonna use this instead. Be right back.
And so what we learned was you don't play golf with friends with Lissa for the first time because all she does is dominate the game until you catch on. And it was just weird.
Then we caught
I
on.
got really lucky on that one fucking map, alright? Like, that was... I never do that well.
Welcome back. Now that we got her on tape admitting that it happened.
For the friends was so good.
We ended with talks as Ava and Tayson make it back to Tayson's room to see the pirate ship. And I'm assuming they don't see a tie on the door handle. Let us adventure on.
Nope, Miranda, they get in, and Miranda has just, like, she's already asleep, and she's just sprawled all over the bed.
Did you go to Miranda level or did you do Tayson? Because it was supposed
Yeah,
to be
she's at
Tayson,
Miranda level.
and Stroop.
She's at Miranda level, but if they look, there's just a wild Miranda literally sprawled all across
The deck of the bed.
like leg
Yeah.
akimbo, everything.
One leg
I
off
could
the end,
imagine. Yeah.
one leg off the very end, and then one leg off to the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
As you
there it
walk
is.
in, though, yeah, Ava sees the feet and like looks at it, and she's just like, "Is there somebody on that mast?"
I mean, pointing to Miranda.
So from where you walk in the door, it looks like a rolled up sail on a mast pole.
Right, let's go check. Hold on. Get a closer look.
Yeah, you come onto the side, you see a hand over the side, you hear.
Yep. It's Miranda. We were very excited about getting this built.
Yeah, but hi.
Shh, you're dreaming.
Okay.
So I mean, we can go
For
to
the
your
record,
room. Yeah.
I had an interaction with my partner like that this weekend because apparently he'll wake up and talk in his sleep, and it's absolute gibberish.
That's how it goes. So I mean, we can, pirate bed, or we can like go to your room and come back for the pirate bed another night.
She just places a hand on your face and says, "At this point, I don't care. I'm tired."
Sleepy time. Sounds good. Okay, below deck. Let's go.
And everybody goes to sleep. Algie, your alarm doesn't go off all night.
Fuck yeah.
But you also didn't expect it to. You set it up because you know these people and their tendencies. But you know this being in the ward, no matter where you go, the seedier the people, the more they seem to respect what the ward does. A lot of people talk about wanting to support the ward, but these people of little means do things like the free room, like giving money for your drink, stuff like that. And they always show their appreciation and such. You are up though. Where'd you want to go? What did you want to accomplish today? You don't know anything about the plans from last night.
Nope. I think I'd do a walk across the wall, kind of get a bit of bearings across the landscape before I try to meet up with everybody.
Yep. You go to leave, you nod to the bartender, he nods to you, knowing that you're going to be back. As you head up to the wall, there are piles of the ink spots that you've noticed along the wall. A lot of them at the wall. Whatever the clerics did is holding. But you walk the whole wall, and you wake up pretty early. So right as the sun starts to rise, you make it to the end of the other wall. It takes about 4 hours to walk this thing at a quick pace. You know you can get off the wall in about a couple of hours, make it back to the castle. And you start heading that way. Miranda is the first person to go to sleep. You're the first person to wake up.
Miranda tries to quietly get off the top of the bed. Because she vaguely remembers Tayson waking her up, telling her she's dreaming, and then going back to sleep.
Yeah, you wake up and you look and you see Tayson laying in the bed. You work your way down very quietly. And sitting at the table with a cup of tea is Ava as she sips it. And she whispers, "Good morning."
Good morning. How late did you guys get back?
It wasn't long, but I have a feeling you're going to want to see the official wedding vows of the awakening.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
Tayson
would
wants
love to.
everybody to do a part because he doesn't want anybody to feel left out.
That is absolutely precious. Of course he does.
In a week in Diaspora.
Awesome. So, near your family.
Hey, if you've never been there, Diaspora is beautiful. luckily, Tayson will not be bombarded like he has here, because though I am royalty there, I'm a Dawn Warrior. So there's no print and circumstance. So
Honestly, I don't blame him for not wanting any pomp and circumstance for it. As much as I'm for a good party, like, Tayson is very much a shy individual. So I'm not surprised that this is what we're opting for here.
at this time, Tayson, you wake up. And you unmute your mic.
You're both very loud.
Sorry.
Tayson, everything is loud to you because you're used to quiet.
Shh, I'm dreaming.
Keep telling yourself that.
I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming.
Yep. You're not.
You're not the boss
You're
of me.
very...
I'm dreaming.
She's going to be your wife, so,
That makes us...
yes and no.
That makes us a we.
That is true. But you're right. I'm not the boss of you. However, the way dreaming works, you are not. We have a week. Did you want to do anything?
Honestly, I was inclined to pretend to be asleep.
For a week?
Not that long. Just until the end of the debate. But I guess I've kind of lost that at this point already.
What debate?
Whether I was... Don't worry about it. No. I don't want to do anything. Like, anything that I do specifically, I'm either going to find out something that I'm either going to find nothing, and that will frustrate me, or I'm going to find something, and that's going to make me want to change the plan. So instead, I'd like to just chill and turtle for a week. What demon war? What day who? I don't know. Like, for a week, nah. And then if something comes up, that's okay. It's not my fault. I didn't poke the beehive, so I can be upset if the bee stings me that shouldn't have been there. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Mirinda is going to be helping to fortify anything that needs to be fortified with cleric spells.
Well, as Tayson says that before you even get your day started, Ava takes another sip and says, "Oh, that reminds me. How did your blade thing go with your man and the deal? What was it, Tayson, you were telling the queen?"
Yeah, magic rock person signed a deal with them. It's going to cost a lot of money. They're waiving it. Fortify the castle. Homeland, friend.
I haven't heard from him in a while, so I don't know how the progress on those stones are going.
Well, weren't you going to meet him here so he could, like, get started? Because, like, I was involved in the getting started thing.
Yes, that's why I'm going to go, as I said, help fortify the walls, which will include that.
Okay. Well, let me know if I need to be a battery or whatever.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You and yeah, like Ava said, you, Algie, and a Dawn Warrior are gonna take turns with, like, certifying the wedding, however you want to put it. I don't know how exactly that works because you're definitely all gonna be following different, like, creeds and stuff. And I don't even know if Ava, do we have, like, practices in particular or anything that we follow?
What, like, there's actually a whole written ceremony.
Okay, yeah, that you're gonna need to You're gonna need to know that, probably. Good luck.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, I'm casting ceremony during that, so...
Well, as long as it's something that you can do in the written stuff, because if you can't do it in the written stuff, I don't want to get in trouble for doing the wrong ceremony at the ceremony. So... But that
I'm just gonna do it as a hand fasting.
I'm just saying, that sounds a whole lot like something that someone who's in charge of the wedding has to do, and not somebody who's in it. Woo! Very excited. I'm going to be hands-off for a little bit. I'm pretty excited about it. I've got a week
Take a break, Tayson.
Got a week of hands-off. It's pretty nice.
So what I'm hearing is we have to find Algie. You have to do some dagger thing. We have a week.
And then do whatever you want to do.
Pretend to sleep.
No, I'm up. Look, all right, fine. Look, and he'll like sit up in bed. Look, I'm awake. I'm done dreaming finally for the first time today. And then we're gonna do whatever we want to do for a bit. If we have to prep, if we have to pack, if we have to talk to some people to make things happen, whatever, that's fine. But if somebody seeks me out because they need to inform me of something, that's fine. I'm not going to go and try and find trouble for a week. After that, who knows? Right now, nope. Not a problem.
Okay. She starts undoing straps on her leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happens, Algie, what are you doing? You're finished walking the wall. Are you going to head back to the castle?
I think I'm catching up with the group at this stage.
All right. You know where Tayson's room is.
Yeah.
You'll head over that way. By the time you get there, you're going to knock or you're just going to walk? I don't know how Algie... I'm not going to play your character.
I'll walk in. I'm not knocking.
As you do, right at that second is when Ava undoes her last bit of the leather armor, and you could see her whole back. There is a moving vine of some kind that seems to start from her top of her left shoulder, works its way down the back, wraps around her thigh, and goes to the bottom. There are black full blue rosebuds. There are red full rosebuds. And on about the middle portion of her back, there seems to be one bud that's opening. And as you stare at it just for a second, it actually looks like you're watching the process of it opening. He says a word that revives through the air. You can hear it, but you can't hear it. You can't make it out. And instantly, she's wearing all of her armor. As she reaches out her hand, and kindness is in her hand, she straps it to her belt. And she turns around and says, "Oh, perfect. We need to talk to you as well."
What have I done?
On guard! And I'm assuming that there is a cannon somewhere on this pirate ship bed.
It's a cannon, sure.
Yeah. Okay, from it, I will throw a pillow at Algie and go.
I think I just.
Yeah, I don't throw it hard.
Just take it straight to the face.
It's more of a lob.
Take it straight. Don't even attempt much. It just.
You make a very good.
At least it's not something adult in nature.
You'll make a very good pirate, Tayson.
Avast.
No, Tayson has asked that a god warrior or an awakened from Diaspora, Miranda and yourself, if we're not mistaken, who agreed to do the wedding, do it together.
Oh, nice.
Your team ceremony, we're team being ceremonied.
Dwarven Rites is not even 2 minutes. I could have it done here and now. I'm not actually an important part of it. It's a very personal thing. The only reason I offered to officiate is because you guys don't know what I'm talking about. It's a very personal thing. No gods involved. It's a braiding ceremony. You get a bit of your hair, braid it together, then snip it. And that represents home. That is where home is. That is your bond. It's as simple as that, and it's done.
Hey, do you want to do that in like 7 days?
Miranda,
that's pretty nice.
Because I'm realizing apparently I need 25 GP worth of powdered silver. He's probably just gonna, at this point, duck out and go talk to the queen and ask if they happen to have any. If not, if they have some silver that she can turn into powdered silver for Tayson's wedding.
Okay. So you're just gonna duck out, leave these guys in the room by yourself, and go find the queen.
Yep.
Okay. Do you say anything, or are you just like?
She's just gonna peace out while they're talking. But before she does, she grabs the pillow off the floor that Tayson had thrown at Algies and yeets it back at Tayson, like at his back.
Shield.
And steps out.
Shield. I got told I'm a good pirate. I will not be struck by cannon fire.
You find the queen, and she's in front of the castle doing her normal thing at this time of the day.
Remind me of her name because Lissa just blanked.
Most people call her Queen. She's been known as Charisse. But you know that her name is Queen Nadell Wildthorn.
Queen Wildthorn. May I have a moment of your time?
Absolutely, Miranda. What can I do for you?
So, I'm sure you've already heard that Tayson's getting married.
Yes, and I've heard every plan so far.
For my portion of the wedding rites, I need some powdered silver. Would you happen to have any, or do you have any silver that I could turn into a powder?
How much?
25 gold pieces worth.
She has a pinky ring she takes off. She places it in her hand. She touches it, draws a small sigil on it, says a few words, and it turns to powder in her
hand. Miranda pulls a little baggie out of her pouch, sure, and opens it and offers it for her to put that in.
She pours it in there, does the finger. It's very fine, so it's very stripper dusty. And she just takes the finger, looks at it, and then wipes it right here on you. She goes, "There you go."
Thank you. I wanted to make sure I had everything so we could actually do it proper.
At this point with Tayson, I think proper is probably not what the ceremony is going to turn out to be.
I don't disagree. However, I am going to do my best to make sure that this works for us. Because it can offer him extra protection that we're going to need.
Oh, interesting. No, you're gonna sway real cleric magic into the ceremony. That'll probably be amazing and unrefined, which is Tayson in a nutshell.
Yep. No, that is exactly Tayson in a nutshell, and that's why we love him.
Perfect. Is there anything else you need for your part of the ceremony?
I was going to do it as a hand fasting. Would you happen to have a nice, piece of cordage
She reaches back. You can kind of see what she's doing because she wears a cape. And as she does, you watch like little bits around her hip move. And she pulls up a very fine silver cord that she obviously had around her waist. Would this work?
That would be perfect. Thank you. And she takes it and puts it in her pack and everything. I believe that is all I need on my end. Now we'll see what Tayson does on his end. Because I'm sure he is going to fiddle with everything, as Tayson nervously does sometimes.
This may be different. He does seem different around Ava, and I kind of like it.
I agree.
If there's anything else, let me know. We have a week. I mean, we don't need everything right this second, so.
Yeah, no. I think that's all I need. How's the pregnancy going for you?
Oh, interesting. Hey, they're a kicker. I didn't realize my insides could be rearranged so eloquently and then placed back where they were. So interesting at best.
I have heard such.
You will know. This is really early in a pregnancy for any movement. It's only been 4 months.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like they're already strong, so they're definitely taking after you.
We will see. Hopefully they take more after me than their father, but I hope they get his eyes.
Miranda just smiles at that. She will say thank you once again and put her hand gently on her shoulder, and I'm casting guidance on her.
Okay.
And then she'll go back inside.
She goes back to the crowd of people. There's orders, there's lists, there's a scribe writing things down. It just seems day normal. The only difference is she's not in her queenly garb fully. She is wearing armor and other things. You guys have approximately a week. I want to say Ava has mentioned going to Diaspora early. Or you guys could stay here for a week. It's all up to the party.
I'd put it at a week because that's when I thought the queen could go with us if she knew she had that much time. So I'm inclined to stay here to make the queen happy. But I'm fine with doing whatever.
And in downtime for a week, what would everybody like to be doing? Miranda, you will find out by asking. Well, we'll get that far. But you know that pretty much the ground was blessed over all around Medigan Castle, which could be the reason that calling addendum didn't work. And you just remember the incident when you guys were by the Soul Forge, where he said, I would prefer not to walk that direction, and pointed towards the Soul Forge itself. So, is there anything else that you want to do today? I know you still have the dagger and things, so.
Yeah, she's going to head on over to the wall that we were talking about.
Well, you were talking about doing it to the castle.
Yeah, she's going to go over to the castle wall and pull out the dagger and try to summon the guy.
Yep, you rub on the bowl mechanic that is there. It seems to like squint its eyes down, its nose shrivels up, and as it does, a portal opens up, and you hear a familiar click of a cane and some very nice shoes. And Lord Renderin just looks at you and says, "We have a very different idea of what 5 weeks means."
I was just calling to check on how everything's progressing, and to let you take a look at what we would be dealing with.
We're ready. Well, whenever Tayson is.
Well, I believe Tayson said he's ready.
I'm not assuming I'm there.
You're not.
Yeah, Tayson's not. Now I would have to go get him. Last I checked, he was having a good time, actually kind of having a childhood to a degree.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Lead on. This place looks oddly familiar.
So she she leads him to Tayson's room, knocks on the door, and opens it. Like, she doesn't wait for a response. She just knocks to announce her presence and opens the door.
I am having a pirate battle with Ava. Yeah, broomsticks.
You guys have got your hands on like fake wooden kid swords.
Yeah. I think she just decided to like snap a broom in half and like, yeah, this will be fine.
She looks over as the door opens and you fake stab her.
Yeah, 100%. Upon looking, I 100% get a stab in.
And she absolutely is like, "Oh, Hawk, you've beaten me," and falls to the ground and like makes big coughing noises and then like sits up and goes, "But there's another," and then pretends to
another what? Oh no! Aha! Hey, how's it going?
And you see Miranda first walk in, but then you see Lord Rendering.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Are you ready to be a battery, Tayson?
Oh, yeah, we're doing that today. That makes sense. I mean, might as well while we're here, right? How long for all this do you need me?
Well, I mean, you have been immensely helpful. Approximately, we'll say 10 minutes max.
Oh, that's great.
A minute for you to go get charged up and come back.
Totally fine. Okay. Cool. Do I need to prepare myself? Do I need to do anything in between to like not die?
Well,
what would be best?
You've already been to the positive energy.
Yeah. And like
we'll use that energy because it's perfect. You've already been there.
Okay.
You'll be there for a whole minute. We'll bring you back, and then we will use that power to create the portal for the ships to bring the bricks through.
Okay. Great. Ava, I'll be right back. If not, don't kill this guy. They're pretty neat.
She gets down off of the bed, just brushes herself off, looks his way and says, "No promises."
Okay, get along, everybody. All right. Okay. All right. Whew. He puts his arms out and he says, "Do your thing."
Well, if we do the thing here, and he looks around, he says, "I'm going to destroy your beautiful pirate bed."
Absolutely not. Okay.
Most of this room.
Okay. No, it's fine.
Is there an open area that we can use? Something slightly bigger than, well, let's say 10 times bigger than this room.
I mean, yeah. Let's just, all right, everybody, we're gonna go on a trip outside the walls, I guess.
You all leave. Algie, you're there still, just watching these two idiots play pirate. As you guys walk down, you get to the front of the castle a little bit more. Like where you come up to Tayson's room is different than the front area, but you run to the front area because you're heading. You're going to take him to the gates, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, when we're talking about clearing and any kind of destructive force, Tayson's immediate thought is going to be like, they could walk the stones a little bit farther. That's fine.
That's hilarious to me. You You head to there, and you see the queen and the king standing there, and Renderin looks over and just says, Mardish, again, the greater man, and he holds his hand out, and the king shakes his hand and says, I never expected to ever see you again. And the queen comes over, and you watch Renderin not take his eyes off of the queen, take his hat off, bow. Miranda, you've never seen him act this way to anybody. He puts his hat back on and says, Nadell, you are looking glowingly. And it looks like you have one on the way. That's miraculous. I will set up a gift. I'm a little busy right now. I think we're fortifying your home. And the queen goes, excuse me? And everybody looks at Miranda.
So I set up, I guess, technically a present to a degree and she's just like stumbling on her words. She's like,
Can you send me now so I don't have to be here for this part?
Send you where? No, we're not leaving now. This is amazing.
Okay, fine.
I wanted to make sure that the castle was safe. So we're going to be fortifying the walls with an enchanted stone for you to help with the demon attacks.
Nadell looks at Renderin and says, stones from where, Renderin? And he just looks and says, well, infused with the powers of the Mornlands. And you see her shudder a little bit at the mention of the Mornlands. She says, fine. If it'll protect the castle, and you can guarantee that they will not explode coming to this world. And he just says, well, maybe we should be further away from the castle then, when we bring the stones through. Towards Miranda and Taysom.
What are we
It
saying?
might be a good idea.
This is over my head. I don't know. Sure.
It's above Tayson's pay grade.
No, there's not a lot above Tayson's pay grade.
This is literally a contract kind of thing that has like your name and possibly mine on it. This is exactly our pay grade. I just don't know.
You walk out, and the courtyard of the castle is round and huge. And Renderin just says, there's no need to go outside. This will work. And he taps his cane, and you watch a greenish flame pop up and just surround the area. And he goes, there. If there's an explosion, it'll contain inside the circle. By the way, you're all inside the circle.
Can I leave the circle?
As you head towards the edge, because you're thinking about leaving the circle, you just hear Lord Renderin say, I wouldn't advise that.
Why?
It's fine. I have cure wounds prepared if needed.
Wouldn't worry about it. The last time an explosion came from this particular area, it just destroyed an entire country in my land. But it's fine. It still exists. It's just time is not relevant there. Distance doesn't make any sense. And
Fine. Everything's fine.
quite extraordinary, actually.
How long does this take?
Oh. Well, we'll find out in a minute exactly. And he just says, places a hand on Tayson's shoulder. Are you ready?
If they're going to do this, I'm using rope trick, and I'm going to hide in extra dimensional space without everybody.
Sure. What you're watching is you watch the sigils and you watch Tayson disappear.
Yeah, I'm disappearing too. I'm not being here for this.
Tayson, you end up on that burning white plane again. It is as painful as the last time you remembered being here. The white light around you, but this time you're hearing voices. You can't make them out. Some of them sound familiar. You swear in the mix of a bunch of other voices you hear Miranda say something. It's no, like a yell. You hear Ava clearly say the words, "You son of a bitch, you'll pay for that." You hear other voices coming through. One's a million you do not understand. And as you're trying to zero in on these voices, you're back, glowing. Everybody else, you feel the energy of Tayson as he comes back, glowing brighter than the sun, unimaginably. So much power. Renderin only looks at him and just says, "Amazing." And he places a hand on him and begins to enchant towards the edge of the circle, begins writing runes as you watch this portal open up and then expand. And it becomes bigger until it becomes 30-foot radius looking out. And for the first time, Miranda, you feel a little homesick as you hear as you watch one of the ships pulling a brick caddy through the hole slowly. The ship gets to the edge of the ring, and Renderin reaches out and snatches the ring away. Now it's just open as the last of it lands, this tall, mountainous set of bricks, each glowing this interesting blue and silver hue, almost rotating like a pearl color through each one of them. Tayson, the pain instantly goes away as Renderin seems to just take it away from you. You feel your essence go into this magic to create this bigger portal. And he seems to be staring at the portal and he says, "It seems to be holding. These are the stones you will need." And there is quite a few stones. And as you're all looking at this mountain of stones, he just says, "Approximately 80 tons. The ship lowers down and the side panel comes down and one full elf blonde male comes off of it and peeks his head out, looks around and says, "Nothing exploded." And you notice a long pole arm, almost halberd thing on his back. As he comes off of the ship, right behind him, and you'll know her, Miranda, is somebody called Kantara. And she just is in red armor, long white hair. It's put into a ponytail, but the ponytail comes to the back of her knees. She has a single sword on her side and a pouch on her hip. She is right now his head of security that's waiting to be relieved from her duties with the next chief of security. As she comes down, a few others come off. One that looks like her a little bit, but seems to... Now, where Kantara is very stoic in nature, and she doesn't show any emotions, and she doesn't. She speaks that way. Like, she doesn't have any emotions at all. Somebody who looks like they could be her sister comes from behind. Red, bright, burning red hair, but almost similar facial features. Seems to be bouncing along. Following behind her, and I think to everybody's surprise, is a man who looks like he's wearing a top hat with a full mask, and on the front of the mask looks like the emblem of the House of Cannith. You know him to be a Warforged. He sounds mechanical as he moves, and as he walks up, he pulls out a device and begins scanning the stones, and he says, "Well, within the perfect deviation, I think we're good, Lord Renderin." And Renderin just looks to you and says, "If you will explain to Dr. No where the stones are going to go."
So she does explain everything and where they need to go. And but before, we start moving everything, she goes and tells the guards what's going on. It's like, we're fortifying the castle, that next thing. These people are here to help.
I just want to take this small break to let you guys know that Not Elmo in the chat is Keith, one of the original members of Brothers and Dragons.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
You explain what's going to happen, and Dr. No goes over and he sets up a certain couple of components. All of this is like really weird. This ship that's flying to you and I looks like a shuttle off of the Enterprise. To everybody else, just looks like some mechanical car that floats through space. As he goes over, he sets up a thing. He starts doing a quick count. He counts very fast. And he says, this one should be fairly easy. And he touches the device, and you watch as a stone comes out of the wall. A stone comes off of the pile, slides into the wall, and it very fast picks up speed over and over and over again until it spans the whole of the castle. The regular stones, he hits another button, seem to pile off of the ground back onto the sled itself. He picks up his simple device, looks over, and just says, "Are you ready to try to fly again?" At the guy with the halberd. He goes, "Yeah, I'm ready. Let's load up and get this done," as everybody loads into the ship. At this moment, Lord Renderin walks over and just says, "I believe that service is rendered." Looking you in the eyes, Miranda, I don't think you've ever felt the weight of anybody saying anything more than you have when he says, "I'll see you soon." And he walks to the ship. They turn around, and in a minute that the last of it ends through the portal, it's gone.
When they leave, she kind of just like half collapses against the fucking wall, like, fuck. Alright.
If the portal's closed, I'll descend from my rope trick.
Nothing blew up.
Good.
The spire that's not too far away, a bunch of people come over, teachers, and they start bombarding you with questions. What was that? Was it magic? How does it work? Explain everything. Never seen a portal that big. Never, like, just one right after another.
Magic, yes. With magic, I'm a battery. Because magic. That was in order.
In response to the vehicle, that was a combination of mechanics and magic. It's from artificers in my home plane.
Now 1,000,000 questions.
Yeah.
What do you mean your home plane? Where are you from? Talking to Algie. Do you know that she's not from this plane? Aren't you supposed to be guarding us from these kind of things? Can they be trusted? You hear whispers back now. You've started a whole talk. And as you look across this crowd and watch the ripples, you see the High Cleric of the Five standing there staring at you as she brushes her cheek a little bit. Just turns and walks back to the shrine.
Miranda is doing her best to field the questions, and she, as she's doing this, she's telling them, "I have served here for 75 years with no problems, and I am protecting this world from Deimos along with everyone else. My loyalty should not be questioned."
In a deep voice from behind you, you hear the words, "And if you question her loyalty, you question the crown, and it's the king himself." Everybody simmers down and seems to leave. Now these guys, some of the wizards are writing things down. It's possible to use somebody as a battery. What's a battery? Let's start looking into this. Maybe we got to talk to the artificers. And you hear this whisper as it goes away.
At this
Keith,
point,
let me be clear, because I really want you guys to understand the magnitude of what Keith was. Keith is the original. Well, he's the second, but he played Martin Firewell to the end of Bros and Dragons.
Oh. He's Tayson's daddy!
He's Tayson's daddy, kind of.
Yeah. Papa!
You didn't kill him. You just exiled him.
Kinda.
They never got the story because I never fed
Yeah.
them the information.
Yeah, it's okay.
But hey, you should go back and listen to season 3 and 4, sir. As it disperses, a lot of things just happen. And the queen just comes over and says, so he protected the castle. How?
Yes. That should add another layer of protection for anyone if they need to run to the castle because the town has been overrun.
Interesting. The Mournlands are unstable as best, if I remember.
Not incorrect, but just because something's unstable doesn't mean you can't have ways to stabilize it somewhat.
You as well. Thank you. I don't know what that cost you. I know that Lord Renderin is a very unique businessman at best.
He has been wanting me to become his head of security for a while. For over 100 years at this point.
I feel a lot better that you travel with my son now. Well,
I'm not sure how to take that, whether that's a, oh, yay, she's not here, or that she feels safer that Tayson has someone that can protect her.
everybody disperses, including the king and queen, and everybody seems to go back off to do whatever it is they're doing. You guys have 6 days. And I will call it downtime. If there's anything or anybody you want to try to talk to in 6 days, I am here for you and for it.
Miranda is going to go to an okay inn. Maybe not like the shadiest of shady, but like, you know, something that addendum popping up there is not going to entirely freak people out.
So what you think you've gathered as a cleric and what you've done is you're not going to be able to do it inside the walls of the castle.
Yeah, that's why she's going to an inn outside of the castle. And she's not going to the Temple of the Five because that's probably also blessed ground.
Probably has been since day one.
Yeah.
You head out, I would say out the north gate. There's like a smaller outside town that's there as well. There's also fields, other things in that area. It seems to be pretty deserted at this point. Like everybody has been brought inside the castle walls.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it this night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have more time with addendum.
Yep. So you go out there. And we'll pause there for a second. Algie, what do you want to do for the rest of today?
For today, I want to know, how far away is the Shrine of Darkness again?
You would know it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, approximately 16 days.
Okay, I don't have a week to get there then. No, that's all right. A lot of what I'll be doing then is just scouring the wall.
Okay.
Might also be like a bit of a solo hunting party for a little bit beyond the wall, where I'm feeling a bit.
Yeah, I like it. Tayson, what are you doing?
Today I was gonna say try and spar with Ava some, but then I went into the positive energy plane, so I'm probably just gonna take it easy and keep like smoldering for a bit.
So that's the interesting thing. Like the last time when you bled this off and there was a burst, and it's like nothing. You don't even feel that drain of energy.
Hey, you wanna practice with like the real thing instead of broom handles for a bit?
We could do that.
Yeah.
I promise not to hurt you much.
No, I did. Like, don't. I saw Queen Mom doing the thing, and it kind of made me think about it. And it's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be the only one that's like, you know, like trying to go up and mix it up with stuff. Like, I can handle it, so maybe I get better at handling it, you know?
Okay. And you guys are going to go off but that area by your room.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to spar. And she is going to take it easy on you because I don't want her to annihilate you.
Oh, she can beat the hell out of me. That's fine.
She doesn't want to beat the hell out of you.
As long as I learn.
Ask her in 7 years, though. I hear things change about that time.
Yes. We're going to be alive for 7 years? Hell yes. Let's go.
Well, I'm not promising that. I'm just saying 7 years of marriage, that might change.
Fair enough.
You, Miranda, head out and you head to this village. There's nobody there. It's night. Like, it's starting to become that twilight hour. You pull out your stone and you say,
Just, I miss you.
and you feel arms wrap around you from the back. And he says, I miss you too. And now I can't go in that godforsaken place.
I'm assuming you're talking about the castle.
I heard you. I couldn't respond.
I remembered after I said something that the castle grounds are blessed.
Well,
that's my bad.
It's good. It has the same effect on demons as it would me.
And we made sure to fortify the castle further today.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad the people-ish will be safe. There's a few it wouldn't matter. The world would probably be better without them, but, personal opinions and all that.
Well, what matters is that in a pinch, if people in the city need to run to the castle to get away, they have a chance.
And that is important.
A blessing can only go so far.
And you called me here to just tell me about the sanctuary spell on the castle, or the town's floor, the new fortifications of the castle.
I called you here because I missed you. And she turns around and plants a giant fucking kiss on his lips.
Have you eaten today?
I don't believe I have. Like, out of character, I actually don't think she has.
I was going to say, that was Alyssa trying to remember, wait, did I eat today?
No, you guys literally just watched me eat, so I did eat today.
Right.
I was asking if Alyssa ate today.
Yeah, it's all good.
He smiles, grabs your hand, reaches like into the air. His arm seems to disappear, and he pulls you through. You're standing in a very busy street of people moving around and talking. There's a small cafe outside. You look, and Addendum is human.
She smiles and takes his hand. I suppose this cafe is what you want to show me.
Yes, it's interesting. It's one of my favorite places, and he takes you to the outside of this. And you literally have a meal here. It doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel like Bengen. It doesn't feel like the Feywild. It feels like something new. And I don't know how Miranda feels, but this is like the first real travel you've had in like 75 years.
She's like excitedly tasting new things. Because, like, her entire thing has been, like, where the winds take her, that's where they take her. But she's kind of settled down for the past 75 years, and she's just like, oh my god, again!
You try new things at this meal, and it lasts for a very long time. And over the next few days, if you'll allow him, he takes you to breakfast, lunch. You see many different realms.
She's definitely allowing it.
Travel with him for a week. Tayson, you go and have a sparring match with Ava. You guys get ready for bed. Miranda doesn't return.
You know, I don't ask her to do anything, like, ever. I tell her she needs to read a couple of paragraphs, and suddenly she's gone.
She has a copy of the paragraph.
I forgot. No, they're all here. But he says that, and then okay, good for her.
You guys go to bed. Algae, you do the wall. You go outside the wall to the south where you know the demons are. You do a little hunting. You find a few imps, smaller demons. Nothing crazy. It feels good to hunt again without having any kind of order about it except for go, find, kill, repeat. You return, or do you want to hunt all night? You're more than welcome to do whatever for the next 6 days.
I think I might actually, while I'm out, if because I know other hunting parties around here, I might spend like a bit of the week just kind of, if I can catch up with one of the hunting parties outside the wall, I spend some time with them.
Easily enough, they're trekking through the to the west in the the Remedigan forest that's in there, the thick forest. That feels good again, hunting with your brothers and sisters through that. Kason and Ava, I'm just guessing, are having time together. There's nothing else that needed to happen for 6 days.
Nope. I attuned to some rings. That's it.
That's the first night. You're good.
Got lots of rings. Good.
You, That's the attunement.
That's
night.
Yeah.
You you do your thing.
It's canon.
The morning of the 6th day, Miranda, Addendum takes you back to that town you called him to. You part. You head back in to the town. As you come through that gate, unbeknownst to you, Algae, you know you have to return, and you come through the south gate. And you both reach the castle at the same time. Is Miranda in Miranda form after 6 days? Because I will say, if you leave it up to Addendum, he prefers the Montera form.
She was definitely while with Addendum in Montera form. But before she got back into town, she did change back into Miranda form.
Okay. As you guys head up there, you go to Tayson's room. You knock. Because Miranda will knock before Algae can open the door. You hear her come in, and you see Tayson and Ava sitting and having breakfast. And Ava... This is D&D. Ava doesn't just know things. Ava looks over at Miranda and says, "Oh, that's where you were." That's all she says.
I'm taking it that she feels some of Addendum's residual power.
I think your outward expression of being able to, 1, travel like that again, and 2, to do it with Addendum and see it on so many different qualities of all these different multiverses that are out there. You knew of 3. Now, each meal was a different place. Each place of resting was a different place. So over a course of 6 days, you now know that there are 20 other realms besides the 3 that you know. The most interesting was the dinner and night you spent at a place called Ravenloft.
We did not have dream pies.
No, but you had dinner with the most miraculous count, who seemed to respect addendum, even though he seemed a little off his rocker. And you all are back together.
This is even better because now I'm just imagining this dinner was also with my character that's in the Curse of Strahd game I'm in.
Hey, babe, talk to your DM. You all meet up. Today is the day. Heading to Diaspora. You have got literally there are 4 lines where the couple will say stuff together. They call it a bonding ceremony. The only other thing is it literally happens at the break of dawn for tradition for them. Outside of that, it isn't complicated. It's not long. You guys get together and the queen takes you over to the tower where the circle is. Ava hands over a copy of the circle that she's been given. She can't understand it, but for what it is, she hands it, and the wizards are, oh, interesting. And they seem to record it into a book for themselves. They tell you all to stand in the middle of the circle. And right before they touch, you see Raven standing almost in the middle of everybody, right when they finish the circle. And you appear in a basement. It's well lit. 16 guards turn at the same time as Ava holds up her hand and says, there's nothing to be afraid of. And they all yell, Dawn Knight, salute at the same time. And you walk out a door, up some stone steps. And as you walk up the steps, you can hear a singing, a song, a melody. It sounds familiar because you've heard Ava hum it. You've heard the Dawn Warriors sing it every single night. As you end up in Diaspora, at the castle, at Eldoranth's shrine to Holzmir, the main church in this town, you walk up and it is a cathedral. And it's beautiful, and it seems like everybody that was in some of the smaller towns you were with are packed here. It's standing room only as people sing the song. The beautiful markings of the lights are going, and you see a man who has many of the same facial features as Ava in armor, but his seem more ornate, standing in front of everybody. Finish his sermon, and he just says, and the dawn will rise. And everybody says the dawn will rise, as it does in most religions. And people start working their way out. And Ava just leans over to the group that you're there, mostly Algie, and says, well, probably good we missed that for you. And she taps him on the shoulder.
Okay.
It was beautiful singing, though.
Song of the Dawn.
Mm.
So it's your Dawn song?
It's a song. We found out that was kind of a prophecy of some kind.
Oh. Okay.
And you see this big man coming towards you. He has a giant mace on his side. His cape seems to wiggle, and as they approach, Ava says, "Great-grandfather." And you see this big man walk up and just grab her in the biggest hug. And he says, "I was wondering when I'd see you again. Sorry, places are down. I am Dawn Lord Thalen Nalo." And he holds out a hand to like almost everybody.
Okay, I can go first. Hi, I'm Tayson Firewell. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. I recognize you, and points behind you. Queen Nadell Wildthorn. Good to meet you. Thank you for coming to our aid. Not you personally, obviously, but so many years ago. He looks at Algie and puts out his hand. Says, "I recommend. I know." No, he doesn't.
And he says,
he says, he puts out his hand. He places out his hand and says, "I recognize a member of the Broken Arrow," and he takes your hand.
Yeah, and I'll put mine out. Word of the ward gets around.
Well, my adopted son, Dutch.
Interesting.
You look cleric-y, but not armory.
Cleric-y is like the best description. That's great. Cleric-y. Divine-ish.
Divine-ish. There's something a little bit off about her. She kind of looks like a cleric, but something. What's different?
And he just holds out his hand. You can call me Thalen.
Miranda.
Nice to meet you. What brings everybody back? And Ava, before you can say anything, says, "Oh, I'm getting married."
Yeah.
He grabs Tatum.
Yeah, hi.
Well, hello. Your mothers are off in the Testilla Forest. Would you like them to be here? We could send for them. It might take them some time. And she's like, no. Small event. The people you see here, I am going to ask the Queen for a favor. And you and Grandma, you and great-grandmother, if it's available. And he just says, well, your great-grandma took a fleet off to help with some war. She won't be back anytime soon. Excuse me, your grandmother. But your great-grandmother and I will be there. And she just kind of looks funny and says, oh, okay. A war in diaspora? And he's like, I don't think it's diaspora, but none of my business. Oh. And he walks out the church. And as he does, white marbled stone, as far as you could see, all the buildings. The color of the roof is the only thing that changes. But the most miraculous thing is you walk out of the Temple of Holzmir and you look to your right, is the citadel itself is floating, connected to chains. And water seems to be flowing out of it with none flowing up, out of the sides of it. And Ava says, I should have prepared you, but we're going to have to go there to talk to the king and queen.
I mean, okay.
Diaspora has, you could see beyond the towns, these rolling hillsides, mountains surrounding almost the entire way except for the southern direction. As you walk through this town, you see many different types of people. Almost like everybody seems to live here. And everybody within their culture, you see orcs walk by and they have the skulls on spikes like you would imagine that you've heard of these warrior orcs that come from the desert of these lands. Small goblins seem to be escorting along them and just zipping in between people as you go. You make your way to the citadel and there's a hall that leads in. And above it, in Elvish, and Miranda, you know enough Elvish now to read it, is the Hall of Kings and Queens.
Yes! We finally got there!
As you walk in, there is one statue that stands out. It's in the middle of the floor, where everything else is around the sides or near pillars. This one stands in the middle of the room. You walk towards it, and you watch Ava peel off and just touch the sign. And from the stories that Ava's been telling you, you see Dawn Lord Aranis Thalen Nalo, Soldier Light of the Order of the Sight, and the dates of his life, 120 years he spent here. You could do some really quick calculations. It was about 400 years ago that he died. There's a small pan that seems to be projecting an image, and it just keeps repeating the same things over and over again. Words you've already heard from Ava. As it says, I don't understand why anybody wants to be a hero. But the hero is not the main person of the story. All stories are made up of their families. Those that stand aside them. Those that keep them right. Keep their path straight. Give them strength to do what needs to be done. There is no other sacrifice greater, not to the person that gives their life, but of those left behind to make sure it was given not in vain. And it just repeats this message over and over again. There's a small weapons holder that has a remake of the weapon you know as kindness. That seems to just sit there, unmoving. You watch as kids are brought through and they start talking about the kings and queens of old, and you realize what Ava was talking about. The only statue in this entire room that is not a king nor queen of Eldorath is a statue of Aranis Nalo. Crying a little bit, Ava pushes away the tears and takes you through. And you climb the suspended stairs up to the top of the citadel. Guards move out of the way, with Ava leading the way with everybody. And you come into a throne room. King and queen sitting on their throne above everybody, listening to stories, giving verdicts. But the minute that Ava moves in, the king stands up and just says, that'll be enough today. We're going to take a small break. If you don't mind, family I haven't seen in a while has come. Unexpectedly. Everybody bows and moves over and starts talking as the king and queen come down, and you notice where your queen mom, I'm trying to remember how you, mom queen?
Both. Yeah.
Has a rapier, a few daggers, and leather armor. Althea wears plate. She looks more let me find the right name so I don't miss-say it. I always have too many people. She looks more like Herrick than the queen itself, even though she wears a golden crown on her head. She wears armor that looks old, taken care of, but has symbolization all over it, almost in runes, as she carries the helmet with her. The king does wear plate armor, but it's not as fancy. It looks like it's set for him, and of course it has its, however you want to put it, the ambiance of the kingly armor that is there. As they walk down, and Ava, or not Ava, excuse me, Althea runs up to Ava and gives her a hug, and just says, "Welcome home. How was your time in Bengen?" And she says, "Well, before we go any further, may I present Queen Nadell Wildthorn over Medigan." And there's a pause. Althea bows. The king follows suit. And there's like a quietness in the room. She says, "We owe your kingdom more than we could ever repay. Avigard asked for help, and we sent it in the form of my granddaughter, or my grandniece. And your mom, in all the grace, bows and says, I had nothing to do with that, but I am glad that whoever was in charge at that time made the right call to assist you in your times. But I hear we're here for a wedding." She says, "Oh, a wedding, that's right. Ava, you brought back a husband to be, a girlfriend to be."
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Half elf.
Sure.
She smiles. Interesting.
So I'm told.
It's not common.
No. More common than I thought a couple months ago, but you're right.
Do you have any tattoos that move?
That's a little personal. I don't think any of them move. They're just kind of there.
Perfect. Nothing to worry about then.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Got it. No, we're good. We're good. We had that conversation. Right? We had that conversation.
Ava has hinted that her great uncle, Edward, is a half elf that was adopted into the family and was part of some summoning for demonic entities long ago.
Yeah, no, none that move. They glow from time to time, but the stationary.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's stationary is good.
Okay, great.
And you are?
I'm sorry. I'm Tayson Firewell. I'm pleased to meet you, both of you, all of you. But, I mean, you two in particular. But yes.
The king holds out his hand. King Atlas Valinor. This is my wife, the warrior queen, Althea Valinor.
Hi. Awkwardly. Shakes hand, then shakes the other hand, then goes back and does the double hand shake to each of them.
When you double handshake him, you see like what looks like a little shimmer of the air, and then there's two of him shaking your hand just to make you really awkward.
Okay. The thing is, as awkward as it would be, no beat missed. Just starts shaking the hand, like just autopilot. Just shakes hand. Oh, there's another person who's appeared. I shake that hand.
And Althea just grabs his shoulder and says, "Save that for later, dear." And the double seems to merge with him again. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Eldoranth. The kingdom of Diaspora awaits. She looks over to Ava and says, "Would you like me to recall my daughter and your mother?" To this, or your mother's to this? And Ava just looks over at Tayson and says, "I don't want to keep it small if they're close. We kind of have to get back. There's this whole demon lord god thing. There's a lot to catch you up on that we should probably not say out loud."
Yeah.
And Atlas just says, "Well, I'm hungry. Let's eat." And he turns around and starts walking back towards the throne, but a little bit to the right. And as he gets there, he pushes on the wall. It opens up, and there seems to be an area there hidden in the wall itself, and leads you all into the back of this room. It goes through a small hallway. And in the hallway, there are a few doors. He takes a turn at one of the doors. The guards salute as these two walk by. And as you enter in, it's a dining room. And they invite you to sit down and have a meal with them. Ava stands next to Tayson. The minute Tayson goes to sit, she grabs Tayson and makes him stand. She knew it was going to happen because he said, "Go ahead, take a seat." But it seems like everybody waits, including the queen, until the king gets to a seat. As he sits down, everybody else sits down. And she just says, "Formalities. I didn't have a chance."
Got it. Thanks.
What would everybody like to eat? And they look around. And I'm sorry, you are, and points at Algie.
I'm Algie of the Ward.
The ward, like the black arrows.
About one and the same, yes.
Perfect. You are welcome. Our treaties extend here as well. And you?
I am known as Miranda Shren, Cleric of the Five.
I have heard of the clerics of the Five. He looks at one of the guards and says, some kingdoms combine their gods to do the shrine. It's interesting. Right. Well, welcome. Congratulations on your soon-to-be nuptials, I'm guessing.
I mean, yeah. Soon, very soon, probably. Yeah.
Ava says yes, places a hand over. Without missing a beat, the king is just like, "Oh yeah, I didn't see a ring on her finger, so I assumed that she proposed to you," which is wonderful, amazing. Did you come back for? We can do a whole royal event if you want, Ava, darling. And Ava's like, "No, we're gonna do small." I was hoping to borrow the queen for a few days. Now, let's just say so. I think I can manage. I was running the kingdom while the queen was running around defeating a demon prince. I think I can handle this. And now you remember the story. Atlas. Sounds familiar. The end of the book about Uranus Nalo is the king at the time, who was brand new at being a queen, was killed by Uranus and then brought back by Uranus sacrificing himself by going to the abyss and releasing the king's soul. There's not a lot of why he did it in the book. It's very shrouded in mystery. But these are the people from the book that they were talking about. What do you need of us? The queen, your mom, sipping wine and smiling, watching Tayson shift from one side to another every time a question's asked.
I mean, Tayson is going to, anytime a question is asked, look towards Ava and not respond until she, determines that it's him who needs to respond.
She looks at you. It's just like, you can answer as well. These are questions for us. This is going to be your family, not Tayson.
Sure. It's just, it's fast. Sorry. I mean, it's not fast because, plans, but, I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly don't know. I'm just frankly happy to be here, and to be a part of it, as silly as that sounds.
Althea says, "Do you want me to perform the ceremony?" And Ava goes, "Kinda. There's gonna be a little bit else going on during that time." And now she's looking to Algie and Miranda.
Miranda just waves.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, sure. It looked like there were a lot of pages, so I mean, however you want to break it up, that's totally fine.
If there's only a small speech and 4 things that you commit to, and
yeah,
and then there's the best part is the paperwork you get. for tax exemptions and stuff.
Right. That's what I'm told.
Dwarves have this so much easier. You guys make this so much complicated.
I lean over to Allgame like, I think, I gave you a crap about it, but I think you're right.
It's simple. It's 2 minutes, not even.
Look, all I'm saying is my ceremony does not have any paperwork.
All I know is that your ceremony evidently requires you to go ask somebody if you could have 25 gold worth of something else.
Look, it actually gives you a physical benefit.
His is free. Hair.
It's hair. We just braid it. It's a personal thing. Requires no religious component.
I don't need anything. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you'd like to be part of the ceremony, that would be wonderful. There's enough words. Just please, we'd be honored for you to be in attendance. Okay. Whew.
So am I attending, or am I doing a ceremony while other ceremonies are going? And now I'm just confused.
Whichever you'd like.
We're all doing a ceremony within a ceremony. So
Why don't you wait until the very end? I'll wait until it's all over. It's 2 seconds.
If that's what it is, you could start when you hear the words "then arise," and we could finish this together. I think it would be beautiful to see multiple religions performing their culture, their beliefs.
Yep. That's the plan. No one left out.
Well, when did you want to do this? Now Ava looks at you.
Do you want to? I mean, I try and like, I match the look back to Ava and also like tilt my head to where I got the queen, like Queen Mom in sight. And this is why I started saying Queen Mom, because now I knew we were going to be talking to another queen in the near future here. So where
the minute you make eye contact with her, she just cheers you and drinks a little bit more of the wine.
Do you wanna wait to hear back about your moms and whether or not they might be able to make it back quickly? Like if they're gonna ask, like we might as well wait to see how long.
I mean, it's the Testilla Forest. We could easily just rent a ship and go out there and get them.
Well, how long would that take?
2 days, 3 days there, 2-3 days back.
I widen my glance to look at Queen Mom again.
She waves.
How long can you be away?
I do what I want.
Yeah, but okay, how long do you want to be away?
From now until whenever you're married.
Got it. Let's go get them. Find them, contact them. As soon as we got the small party fully partied.
The king says, well, whatever that means, how about you stay the night here?
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy what the castle has to offer. Go enjoy Eldoran. Tomorrow we will assign a small Voyager ship to you to take you over there to see if we can find your mothers and bring them back, and then we will go from there.
Sounds great. Very good.
You continue eating. We zoom back to Rebettigan. Adashmira. As arrows fly through and catch a few demons and put them down in white flashes of light. Osh and Jimine leading god warriors through a mass of fighting as the demons keep coming in drove after drove. G-Mine is about to take a big hit from something he didn't see coming as Posh puts out his shield to protect his friend, and the shield goes flying. Disconnected from his arm, breaking it as you can hear the snaps come. Posh, in his scream, reaches back and takes his warhammer off of his belt while dropping his sword when one fluid motion and just throws it. There is a crack before that demon turns to a puddle. And Jimai just looks at Posh, helping him back up, and just says, I would almost say it was easier to keep Tayson safe. And Posh says, yeah, but this is more fun. These guys aren't pulling their punches. And we'll see you next time on the Bros and Dragons podcast.
We did the thing!
Good job, everybody.
Yay, we played games again. I'm so happy.
Yeah, with us! Because life happens!
Yeah.
Goddamn life. How dare it happen?
Oh, speaking of life happening, I'm going to need you guys to level up.
Yay!
What?
I love it.
It's been months!
We've played like 3 games in months!
Oh, now the question is... Oh, wait, no.
But before you do that...
Yeah. Hey, before you look at your questions, Lissa, tell us all your stuff.
Hi. So obviously, life happened and like schedule's gonna be changing, but at least for now, Mondays obviously I'm here. Tuesdays, I am over on Dead Bard Society's channel playing D&D for Windermere Falls at 1 p.m. When we actually play, because that's also been doing weird hiatus stuff. Tuesday nights, I'm usually over on Tannis Jr. 93's channel at 9 p.m. playing Curse of Strahd. Wednesdays, I am over on Beggar Street at 9 p.m. playing in a Masks the New Generation game. Crossing the Veil has been canceled because we're going to be changing over to the Walking Dead system hopefully here soon. Yeah, it died. It happens. Then you can also find me on all the places with all the buttons as Geek Girl Lissa. I'm going to be streaming as much as possible on my channel here in the near future because my grandfather just passed away, and until I get a job, that's my income. So
go find her, but do it. Posh!
Hi, I'm Posh1993. You can find me here. I'm now down to 1 day because I got some major burnout because I forgot that I need days off too.
Life!
Yeah, life happens. Why can't I just play games with people all the time?
Life!
But yeah, you can find me here on Bros and Dragons, or you can find me on my own channel, on Posh1993. I'm also on TikTok. We're closing in on 80K. That's fun.
Doc!
Hi, I'm Doc. I don't want to make this after that, like, whole bunch of announcements, but one of my friends can't make Tuesdays anymore, so we might have to be going down just to Mondays for a little bit. I will come up with something cool on another day. I promise. I want to do it more because, like, I need it. I want it. Maybe daddy issues becomes the thing. I don't know. I'll figure this out.
We'll see.
For now, that's what I'm doing. I will be on here playing games, but survival games with my friends, which was funny because they have accidentally killed me by cutting down trees in Valheim. It's going to be put on hold. I want to see if the other one wants to do it. For now, I love you guys, and just stay tuned. Oh, you can follow me on TikTok if you want, but if you do and you watch all my videos, you're a sadist. Or a masochist. I'm sorry, because I'm a sadist.
Well, no, you're not putting the pain on other people. You're just presenting the option for them to hurt themselves.
True.
So you're an enabler. There we go. Hey, speaking of staying tuned, we're figuring out a lot of stuff. It's getting into the holiday season and life has been real obnoxious. And I think I'm staying here in California for the foreseeable future, but I might, be going to check on some family stuff or might be having... I don't know! But the point is that if they follow us and then if the button shows up and it says they're live, show up! You see people here, follow them so you can watch their stuff. Because we're doing it for you. I mean, we're doing it for us because we're, it's fun for us. But also for you. We hope we're fun. We hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time where you can enjoy us again, Doc, do the thing.
Love one another. Keep it nerdy and live your dreams.
Later.
Later. Are we muted yet?